Colleagues, head of parastatals and MDAs that are here, service chiefs, representatives that are here, members of the diplomatic community, civil society groups and interest groups, and individuals that have taken interest, especially Nigerian youths, on the act or the bill for an act to prevent falsehood and manipulation in internet transmission and correspondences in Nigeria. What is the reason for my interest in bringing up this bill? I'm a fully stakeholder in the Nigerian project, and I believe that Nigeria needs a legal framework that will guide our social media space. This bill is for the enactment of an act to prevent falsehood and manipulation in internet transmission and correspondences in Nigeria, to suppress falsehoods and manipulations and counter the effects of such communications and transmissions, and to sanction offenders with a view to encouraging and enhancing transparency by social media platforms using the internet correspondences. Misinformation, disinformation, and manipulation, especially on the internet, popularly known as fake news, today has become not only a virus, but an epidemic that the world is trying to kill. And Nigeria cannot be an exemption. It has assumed a disturbing dimension in recent times. Its damaging implications cut across every fiber of people's communal life, from politics to religion, from business to social life. Perhaps the most pronounced area of concern over fake news, particularly in Nigeria, is national security, capable of causing chaos and total breakdown of law and order in the country. I'm very much aware of our Constitution. The 1999 Constitution, as amended, Section 39, subsection 1, gave every Nigerian, every person shall be entitled to freedom, I quote, of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference. I'm also aware that nothing, subsection 3 said, nothing in this section shall invalidate any law that is reasonably justifiable in a democratic society. Section 45, subsection 1, also, nothing in sections 37, 38, 39, 40, and subsection 41 of this Constitution nothing shall invalidate any law that is reasonably justifiable in a democratic society. A, in the interest of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, or public health. Or B, for the purpose of protecting the rights and freedom of other persons. The bill is not therefore a breach of fundamental human rights as entrenched in the 1999 Constitution, as amended, but it is for the enactment of an act which is reasonably justified in accordance with the Constitution. This bill, as the sponsor, it is in my interest to see it being enacted. But the overriding interest of Nigerians supersede my own personal interest. If this bill is acceptable to Nigerians, be it. If it is otherwise, I will continue to push on grounds that will give reasons why Nigeria needs to regulate the social media. I stand before you today to expatiate and kickstart the discussion at this public hearing in respect of this bill I sponsored, titled Protection from Internet Falsehoods and Manipulation and Other Related Matters Bill 2019. which seeks to institutionalize a framework and system of regulation, control, and conduct in relation to the use of internet and its intermediaries in the transmission of information in Nigeria. Because of time, I'm going to limit myself and summarize the 15-page paper I have here. Social media are becoming the dominant source of information for significant parts of our societies and life. There are numerous positive aspects of this medium, such as for growing businesses and the ability to mobilize for a political cause. No one can deny that social media strengthens free speech in general. It allows greater and quicker flows of ideas across societies and add to the quality of life. Yet at the same time, social media may sometimes negatively impact on our society. There was a paper by Pang Hwan, a scholar at the Nanyang Technological University in Singapore, and I come back to Singapore, where a lot of people said, oh, this bill is plagiarized. Legislations are supposed to be universal, especially where the reason for the enactment is similar. And there's no difference between what is in Singapore in the cause of misinformation and what misinformation is to Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, national security is one factor that must be taken into consideration. And this is the reason why I felt this bill is very necessary and important, especially for this generation of Nigerians with the diversification of this country, a country of over 200 million Nigerians. We tend to toy with national security. The protection of minors is zero in our social media space in Nigeria. When people shout to say that fundamental human right is breached, why is it that fundamental human right is not breached in the United Kingdom, where you cannot bully a minor, where you cannot send a pornography articles to a minor? Why? If it is protected from those that we believe they invented this, why can't we also be able to guide ours? Protection of human dignity. Because I have a personal score to settle with you, I do everything. I Photoshop just for the sake that I would damage you. As just like the speed of the light is speed of communication in social media. When you just throw something on, it's all over. Billions will have a side on it. Why can't we regulate it? Is our firewalls working in Nigeria? Do we have anything like firewalls? Have you ever entered into any site, a Nigerian site, and you see where you have been asked? If you go in, it's at your discretion. Is there any sites like that? We do not have it. And we felt it's necessary so that everyone will answer the consequences of his own or her own action. The role of social media in Nigeria is very critical. It is clear that digital issues are profoundly changing our societies. In no other environment is this revolution more visible than in communication. No medium in human history has been as powerful as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube that we are using today. Unfortunately, when these bills came, a lot of the hearsayers says Nigerian government is trying to deny people their rights. When I conceived this bill, I did not consult with anybody. I did it. And I've been in the social media for the past 15, 17 years using it. And I know its impacts, and I know its negativity, and I know how positive it can impact in my life. Nobody is going to deny anyone the use of social media. Nobody is going to block your pages. You continue to post what is reasonable, but there must be a line. Nobody is saying you should not accuse or criticize the government when the policy is against you. Nobody is saying you should not go on to seek redress when somebody is misinforming the others about you, about your dignity, about your integrity. And this is the essence of this bill. There are so many references I have made here, but for the time I will not be able to take all. But I want to make it very clear that social media today has quickly penetrated to the health and education, business, politics, religion, and virtually every field. Today the world is suffering from what we call the coronavirus, COVID-19. Because of misinformation, so many things are going wrong. If you go on the net, find out what is happening in Italy today. A whole city of over how many million people, because of what was going on the internet, fake news. These people have today been deprived of what should have been a normal course of their life. So, online networks such as WhatsApp, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook have infiltrated into social and cultural realms and have provided new patterns of acting in a real environment. It's a very positive one. But why can't we use it positively to achieve those gains that the inventors have really created? They created these platforms for ease of communication, for ease of interaction. It has a lot of positivities. A lot of young men have gotten married through social network. That's a very good positive. I mean, it's a positive. It's a very good example. And this is one of the most reasons why a lot of people thought when they denied them the use of social media, there will be no friendship again. No. It's a fact. You can't deny it. A lot of people have gotten married through social network. You can't deny it. Internet and social media usage in Nigeria, if you look at the statistics today,